Today, Monday of the fourth week of Lent, we come to the church Santi Quattro Coronati. Passing through the medieval gateway of this ancient church, dedicated to the four crowned saints, one steps back centuries in time. Though it stands only a few blocks from some of the busiest areas of the city, this often forgotten church holds the long memories of ages past within its scarred walls, from the time of Constantine through the medieval and Renaissance periods down to the present day. The title of this church is actually in reference to two groups of martyrs from the Roman persecutions. The first group were four soldiers, Severus, Victorinus, Copaphorus, and Severinus, who refused to take part in pagan worship and were killed for this in the persecutions of Diocletian. The name of this church may be derived from a military decoration of a small crown, which the four soldier saints may have earned during their service. The second group were a group of 5 stonemasons, Claudius, Nicostratus, Sempronianus, Castor, and Simplicius, who were put to death for their refusal to carve a statue of Asclepius, which would be used for pagan worship. The oldest parts of this current building date from an apse hall built in the 4th century. At some unknown point, but before 595, this became the Titulus Aemilianae. Around the year 630, Pope Honorius I dedicated the first purpose-built church on this site, which was restored in the late 8th century by Pope Hadrian I. In the mid-9th century, Pope Leo IV undertook a more complete rebuilding and placed the relics of many martyrs in a crypt underneath the altar, including those of the 4 soldiers and the 5 stonemasons. The relics of the latter were brought here possibly because of the similarity of their story to that of the soldiers. The bell tower is also thought to date from this era. Some points of interest include the crypt, which houses the relics of the 4 soldier martyrs, as well as the 5 stonemason martyrs, who refused to carve a statue of a Roman god during the persecutions of the Emperor Diocletian. We also see the entrance to the cloister. Augustinian nuns have resided here since the year 1560. Located in a reliquary above the side altar as well is the head of Sebastian. He makes a fitting companion to the other 5 soldier martyrs below the high altar. We also see the Crucifixion Fresco. This is among the few frescoes surviving from the 13th century rebuilding of the basilica. So too we see the Matrona. These upper balconies were reserved seating for women during the Middle Ages. And finally we see the chapel of St. Sylvester. Accessed from the courtyard outside the main church, this small chapel features a stunning cycle of frescoes depicting St. Sylvester's life, a visual sanctoral calendar that shows the fixed feasts of the period, an upstairs Italian Gothic hall, and even an orphan wheel, a reminder of the Augustinian sisters' 3-century-long apostolate running an orphanage for girls.